Hi there, this is Snow City Tarot, and I'm here with a pick-a-deck reading. Today's topic is going to be, should I stay or should I go? This is going to be good for pretty much every relationship situation, so romance, family, friends. It's just simply going to say, it's just going to be very general, and so it should apply to pretty much any relationship that you're thinking of. So I have 3 decks. This is deck 1. Deck 2 and deck 3. So take a moment, take a deep breath, think of your situation, and pick a deck. And the timestamps will be in the description box below, and if I get to it, the comments. And if I don't get to it, bonus brownie points to people who put it there for me. Yeah. So we'll start with deck 1. I'm going to put these guys away. Deck 1, you have the Ethereal Visions Tarot. So, deck 1, people. Should you stay or should you go? Oops. So already I'm seeing some things popping out. Might involve somebody from work, a colleague from work maybe. Could be maybe somebody that you're having to struggle with have struggled with spending time with them, perhaps. That could be what that means. I feel like having to choose between work and them. Maybe that's what I'm seeing with those 2 cards. We've got Death and we've got 6 of Swords. Yeah, it looks like a situation that you sort of intuitively know is on its way out. Anyway, so so this is the current state of your relationship. This is your reason to stay. This is your reason to go. This is your if you stay. This is what happens if you go. And this is your card for advice. So, the current state of the relationship. This may have to do with the Knight. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. Like I said, this could be a colleague or something. Or in some cases, some of you might be asking about work. So if this is like an organization, I think that it should be fine to ask if you should stay or go. I don't see that as a problem, so just to keep that in mind. Let me flip these over here so I get a better picture of what's happening. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles here as the situation between you and this other party. And it looks like it's kind of slow going right now. It's not really developing in the way that you wanted it to, perhaps. It's just taking a very long time. You might even be considering whether or not this person or this organization actually values what you do because they have been so slow in, progressing with you. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. If this is a person, you could be looking at a Virgo. Or you could be a Virgo. I have it somewhere in your chart. If not, this could just be a very person who has a great attention to detail and may possess negative qualities that are very critical. Yeah, so I think that this person is possibly somebody that you work with. If not, if it's definitely getting a work vibe. I feel like if this is somebody that you work with, you guys are sort of taking a long time to struggle and struggling to find some kind of common ground or find some kind of resolution with something. If it's not a person, then I feel like it's like you're putting a lot of work in, but you may not be seeing a lot of results. It may be sort of like, it's not like a totally negative situation though with this 5 of Wands. I feel like there's a lot of effort put in, and sometimes you get a little bit of reward back, but it's like not enough, That's kind of what I'm seeing with that. So, what are your reasons to stay? You have the Eight of Cups. As a reason to stay, I feel like this is kind of saying that there's some kind of... I feel like maybe you left some kind of prior investment. You had your energy or your feelings or your time invested elsewhere, and you may have come to this because you said no to something else. You turned away from something else to come to this. And I think that your reason to stay right now might be to try to get your money's worth, if you know what I mean. Like you might, I just sense this, for some of you, you left something else to be with this person or this organization or something like that, or you sacrificed something to get this. If that's not the case, a reason to stay with this is there might be some actual benefit, like personal growth that you can get from this, that you could get out of this scenario. Why you should go to leave this situation, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So as a reason to leave, I feel like this may be, like I said, it's slow going. I feel like this person or this organization kind of looks down on you in a sense that, like, you're not good enough, or you're not, or you're still like wet behind the ears, or like a greenhorn. I feel like from this position, this Ten of Pentacles is very rigid. It's very traditional, and I feel like if there were any card that would show people kind of like dismissing your efforts, like I see here, or taking a long time to give you acknowledgement, it would probably be the Ten of Pentacles, because it's like the stuffy old man card. To me, because it can represent family, inheritance. It's a very patriarchal card to me, next to like the Emperor. So I kind of get the sense that a reason to go would be maybe greater respect. Also, this could also just be saying that a reason to go could just mean you could have financial abundance elsewhere, or you could have a better family elsewhere. You may achieve stability emotionally or financially by moving someplace else or going someplace else. So what's the outcome if you stay with the Ace of Swords? Personally, with this interpretation of the Ace of Swords, I don't sense that it's very good. Just because this person grabs the knife by the blade in this deck. So it's the sense of this so much intensity and clarity and, truth. But I feel like the truth will hurt with this. Like, if you stay, you'll get answers that you're looking for, and I feel like it's just going to confirm the fears that you have that maybe this is a waste of time. Let me clarify that. Can you please clarify the Ace of Swords? We have the Three of Pentacles. So we have the Three of Pentacles clarifying the Ace of Swords. I mean, I feel like in this case, yeah, I mean, I do feel like in some cases that this would be, not progressing in the speed that you want, or things changing in the way that you want them to. I do sense that some effort will be placed, but I don't know if this energy is, it's like if you push and push and push for this stability, I mean, you'll get it, but It's kind of, I feel like it's forcing it in a way. Another way to view this is if you stay, this relationship could turn more into a mentorship. You know, one person teaching the other. And you could do some things together, but it's not like a happy ever after card. It just kind of looks like more work. I think, though, that if this were to happen and you guys were to start kind of some fresh foundation, it would have to be born out of a pretty serious talk. Next we have the outcome if you go. We have the judgment. The outcome if you go is sort of like, this is going to be kind of, when it comes to a reading, this is going to be where you come in, where you have to say what happens in a way. The judgment card says you reap what you sow. What energy have you put into this? If you know, and if you walk away from it, what will that bring you? So, for instance, if you put nothing into this relationship, when you leave, you'll probably get nothing. This person or place won't ask for you back, and they won't mind that you're gone. If you put a lot of effort into this, it's possible that this person or this place may say, oh, wait, don't leave. Let's try to work this out. And you guys will have a talk that way. I think that if you leave, you'll be forcing their hand, and you'll get this anyway. So, or calling a bluff or something like that, and you'll get this anyway. You'll get that talk, and you'll get that Three of Pentacles. You know, let's start new. Let's make a thing work. Let's make it work. So what's the advice? Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, as advice, she's somebody that puts in a lot of effort. Sometimes she puts in too much. The advice for this sort of thing, and I think that in this case where there's no clear, if you stay, if you go, there's no real black and white, negative or positive from it. I think she's just telling you to be careful of your energy. Don't put too much of your effort or your emotions into solving other people's problems or taking care of things. Don't go the extra mile for anything right now when it comes to this. I think that if you're here and you're wondering if you should go, your energy's already exhausted at this point. So I think what we're seeing with this Queen of Cups is just to tell you to take care of yourself right now. You can be very empathetic and sympathetic, but don't go like, for me, and this may be a case with one of you, you know, don't be getting out of bed at midnight to go and pick this person's drunk butt up off the side of the road near the bar. You know, like don't be doing that. I feel like you would need to set some emotional boundaries or physical boundaries to this place, person or place, because I really sense that for some of you this is for work. But yeah, you know, just take care of yourself, really. You can still be caring, you can still be invested, but you don't have to be, you know, all in. Okay? So that is your reading, Group 1. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if that resonates with you, and I will see you in the next one. Also, hit the bell. I keep forgetting to mention the bell. Who could forget the bell? So next up, we have the before tarot, after tarot. Is this after or before? I can't remember. I think this is the before tarot. All right. So for those of you that picked the before tarot, people, should you stay or should you go? Should you stay or should you go? I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles fly out here. Oh, what does this tell me? You're about ready to give up, possibly. Maybe you're just not feeling patient. Okay. This is the current state of your relationship. This is your reason to stay. This is your reason to go. This is the outcome if you stay. This is the outcome if you go. And this is your advice. Oh, I think I put these all down. Flippy whippy. There you go. Let's see here. So, current state of the relationship is sort of lazy. Like, this could involve a lazy person. This could be involving a lazy mom, a lazy business owner, something like that. Because we got the Queen of Pentacles here, and she's in a situation where you're asking whether you should stay or go. I see this sort of as a negative because this is a situation between the two of you. This person is caring, this person is nurturing, but this person also won't lift a finger. They won't do anything. They won't go out of their way. But, you know, it's like if you come to them with a problem, they'll help you, but they're not going to go out of their way to do anything for you. They're not, you know, I feel like this is a person that does the minimum. And it's like, it's kind of like if they do anything for you, it's nothing of great effort, but they'll sort of like think, haha, this is good enough. Like, this person told me to get a glass of water from the kitchen, and I did, and haha, that's good enough. That's exactly the same amount of effort as this person, you know, picking you up from the airport at 3 a.m. You know, or like lending you $500 or something like that. It's just like I feel like this person isn't giving you everything or putting you, and not that you have to have everything. I just feel like whoever this person you're asking about is, they're not really reciprocating, I guess. This person could be a Capricorn, which is interesting because I feel like, you know, well, I mean, they could be a Capricorn, or this person could be very rigid. They may be somebody who's not particularly filled with emotion all the time. So they don't have to be a Capricorn, but they could have those traits in there. They're good with money though, but they might also be quite stingy. You know, this person might not share with you very easily. So what are the reasons to stay? Oh, there's a cat. Maybe if this is a domestic environment, maybe you want to stay for the cat. This is a reason for you to stay, is the Five of Cups. I mean, it's possible that there could be like an emotional upturn here. Like, things might be improving, but it might be really difficult to say for sure. The progress might be sort of slow and not particularly fulfilling. For some of you, it may just be the cat. Stay for the cat. There's probably some of you out there that have a better relationship with your friend's cat than them. You might just go over to their house to see their cat. Can you clarify the Five of Cups, please? Death. Death. Okay, so yeah, I do want to say that there's some kind of emotional change, an emotional upturn. But that's like, you know, that's like reasons to stay. Is there could be an emotional upturn later. I don't know if that's good enough, though, for someone to want to stay in a situation where they're not happy. Is the possibility of it not being terrible later, you know? This is, your reason to go is the Hanged Man. I think you might have had a new perspective on things. For some of you, your reason to go is the fact that you might be guilted into staying. This person might not be respecting your point of view. You might be sort of tied up around making them feel good, or tied up around making this person feel better about themselves. This person may be guilting you into staying, you know, by saying, well, remember the time I did that thing that was not comparable to anything you've done for me, but I'm going to make you feel guilty about it. Like, I kind of feel like that's what this person is doing to you with this. I feel this person's guilt is sort of like tying you up, and you're letting them guilt you. And I think that's the reason that you need to go. So what's the outcome if you stay? Again, we've got this kind of, there's a potential for this to get better. There's a potential it's like almost like thinking about things getting better. But there's no action in this outcome. This is still a stage of thinking, it could be this or this or this or this. And if you don't have the patience for that outcome, then your answer is probably to go. What's the outcome if you go? The Tower. In this case, I don't want to say that the Tower is saying that you have absolute devastation ahead of you if you leave this situation that you're unhappy with outcomes that are this, unexciting or uninteresting, or even beneficial, really. These aren't outcomes. These are just saying if you stay, it's going to be more of the same, probably. But the Tower is saying the outcome of leaving is going to be exactly what it is. I feel like this is a comfort zone right here. This whole area here is not quite so bad, but it's not good. It's not fulfilling. It's not lighting your world on fire. It's not making you happy. It's kind of just letting you drift from day to day in a sort of like a purposeless daze. The Tower, though, is warning you that, yeah, if you do change, or if you do try to change this and go, you will have some pretty drastic sudden change. You might make this person angry. That's what can be expected when you leave somebody. But yeah, you could make this person angry. You could shake up your own life a bit. But is that necessarily a bad thing? Perhaps the Tower is exactly what you need. Yeah, that's interesting. No, this is a different interpretation of the Tower card. But the way I see it there is the Tower does mean change and destruction and everything like that. But I just noticed that this Tower has extra people coming to it. So I feel like it's like if you cut this one person out, you may have 5 others coming after them to, come into your life. You could have more people coming into your life if you had this one less person here who's not really doing anything for you. It's kind of saying that there's more on the way. So even though it feels like after this you may feel alone because you had this constant companion, whether they were good company or not is to be debated. But it's saying that you may feel alone at first, but there's more people on the way. And whatever this is you've freed up this energy that you can give to other people who actually appreciate you. It really just looks like with this is someone's taking you for granted. So what's the advice? We have the 7 of Wands. Well, 7 of Wands is to stand up for yourself. What do you believe in? What is your worth? Know your value. Are you really worth somebody kicking you around? Are you really worth somebody taking advantage of you? Is your time really without that much value? I mean, what's your value? You know what your value is. I mean, like if this is somebody who's a mooch and takes money from you, think about it this way. What are you worth per hour? You worked an hour to give this person how much? Your money is valuable. Your time is valuable. You spent 1 hour of your life to give this person something and they don't appreciate it. So I think what this is saying, its advice, is know your value, know your worth. And stand up for yourself because you're standing on you're standing on a very, he's got the high ground here. That the high ground is your values, what your value is. So if you're somebody who gives it your all, you're standing from a pretty high position. You can kind of call the shots, really. I'm not saying that you should give this person any second chances, or if you shouldn't, but just know that anything you do is coming from a higher place, a place to benefit yourself. So that is your reading, group 2. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of that. And hit the bell, hit the bell. God, I keep doing that. I keep forgetting the bell. I don't use the bell, but I know it's really helpful to mention the bell. Really initiates people to use it. All right. For those of you that picked deck 3, this is your reading. I don't want to... That way. Yeah. I don't want to do a flippy floppy. I've got a spread, so I don't want to read reverse right now. It's also Mercury retrograde, and for some reason this helps me. Alright, deck 3. Should you stay and should you go? Should you stay, should you go? Well, no flyers, so that's kind of good. You might have a more controlled environment. This is your situation. This is if you decide to, or reasons to stay. This is your reason to go. This is the outcome if you stay, the outcome if you go, and this is the advice. So, what's the situation between the two of you? It looks like you're trying to move on together. Like you're asking if you should go or stay, but it looks like you're both already going. But perhaps, I'm seeing this, perhaps you and them may have a weird sort of like codependence on each other, and you're both kind of got this sort of like refugee mindset where you both escaped to live a life together, but like more out of support for each other than perhaps, let's see. Yeah, it looks like you guys did go off and start something new together. And I think now you're kind of wondering, it's like if you've had all these experiences together as a unit, and now you're kind of wondering, like, now you're kind of wondering if it's wrong to leave. Like, you want to leave, and I feel like maybe there's no hard feelings here, but I feel like you need to leave for your own personal growth. And you had this experience in this past with this person where maybe you were really good friends, you were really close. You're both, I get the sense you both like friends in a bad situation together, and now maybe this person is like, I'm going to stay in the bad situation because it's all I know. And you're like, well, I want to rise above it. And this person may not be in the same state of mind or seeing the situation in the same way as you. But I get a poverty feeling here with both of these cards. I get a poverty feeling. Like this could be like a roommate that you both lived in a crappy, studio apartment, and now you're like, I want to move on from this. That's kind of the vibe I'm feeling here. It's like you guys endured a struggle together, and now one of you wants to split, So, reasons to stay. What are the reasons to stay? Let me see the reasons to go. Reasons to stay. I want to say that this person may balance you out in a way that, like, they may keep you, they may keep your feet on the ground in a way. Like, they could give you suggestions or feedback on how to, better take care of yourself. They may be somebody who wants you to take care of your health, or maybe this person has concern for your health and wants to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I feel like the reason to stay is this person does look after you in a way, and maybe that's why I see this reluctance to move, because this person, I don't feel like there's any hard feelings with this if you leave this person. If you move away, move out, or something like that. This person takes care of you, I think. I think that this is somebody who helps you watch what you eat, maybe. Maybe make sure you take your medication. Somebody that really, like, keeps your mind and your body, like, separate in a good way. So for the reasons on why you should leave, this looks like you need to create some boundaries. You may not have boundaries with this person. And maybe that's another aspect of this Strength card, is if this isn't somebody that takes care of you, this could be somebody that alternatively, like, just lets things go crazy. They're not telling you when you're taking care of yourself. They're not telling you when you've had too much to drink. They're not telling you when you're acting weird. Like, they may have, it's either they have all regard for you and they're taking care of you, but a reason to stay, maybe this is a lot of fun. Maybe this person is fun to be around, because they are chaos, and maybe you like that a little bit. Take whichever one resonates, but I think that boundaries need to be established here, and that's the reason why you need to go. Is maybe there aren't boundaries between you and this person, and maybe you're trying to grow and this person isn't. And when you grow, boundaries come with it. It's like you're a fort and you're building up your walls around you, because you've learned that's what you need, and this person isn't. This person's not respecting it. So, what's the outcome if you stay? We have the 7 of Cups. Well, did these guys all come out? Yeah, it's interesting that one was in reverse. Well, the 7 of Cups is here as an outcome, and the fact that it came out reversed definitely shows me that maybe, especially since I made sure not to have any reversals, 7 of Cups reversed is kind of telling me that you're going to be living in a fantasy land. And you'll continue living in this world of pleasure and delusion until it comes and it hits you back and smacks you in the face. I think that also, if this person isn't ready to mature and move on, that behavior is going to come back to bite you, is what I'm thinking. This person could be, I hate to view people as accessories, but it's like if you want to go and get a job and then you're showing up with this person dropping you off at your interview in their beater car, I think you'll find that this person is kind of setting you back. And there's this illusion of support that is, like I said, is going to come back to bite you. What's the outcome if you go? Much more expansion, basically. There's way more going on after you leave. Like, this is, if you stay, this is like just la la land. Nothing's gonna happen. It seems like things are happening because maybe there's a lot of activity around this person, but actually it's like a lot of talking and nothing's happening. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a lot of frivolous little crap in your life that doesn't actually have any meaning. But this is meaning. This shows that you're going to move on. This shows that you're going to go forward. It won't happen right away, but it does show that progress will be something that you'll see in the future. You'll be able to expand. You'll be able to move on and do new things and grow as a person. Whereas if you stayed, it wouldn't really give you that opportunity. In the advice, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Now, like I said, I don't get the sense that you and this person are on bad terms at all. I really think that you guys are friends. But this person just might be that, it's like they're absolutely beloved, but at the same time, they're also like that beat up ugly couch in your living room. I don't know how to describe it. It's like any better. I don't know how to describe it any better. But it's kind of like that, and it's like you love them so much, but they are such like, I hate to say this. It's like you love them so much, but they are such a dumpster fire. It's like I kind of get that feeling. So the 7 of Pentacles is telling me that you should really consider, if you do choose to leave, you should really consider how you're going to go about it. Don't burn any bridges with this person. They're still a good person. They're still a friend of yours. You still had the same experiences you had together, but you really need to see, you really need to be patient with them too, I guess. If you want to stay with them, you're going to have to accept that it's going to take them some time to change. At the same time, though, you have to take a good look at who you are and who you want to be, and really, like, take an assessment. Because that's what this card is about. It's about assessing. It's about looking and seeing what progress you made and where you want to go and what things you would change. So really, it's saying that, you know, this is going to be, you know, it's going to be specific to your situation. But what I see here is it's telling you to really think before you make any decisions on here, and try to do it in a tactful way. Try to be tactful with this person if you do choose to leave, because I don't think this person really understands the changes that you're trying to make, because it's not part of their personality. But you also have to do what's right for you as well. So I think this is just saying to just be careful in how you present this news to somebody, and also be careful on what you allow into your life. Okay? So that was your reading, group 3. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you would like to see more of these videos. And please let me know in the comments below on whether or not this resonated with you. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye now.